A little reflection article on movies and the escape that they can give us in this rather drab black and white existence. The Technicolor Dream by Paul McCann. When I was a child in Belfast, every chance we got, Dad took me to the cinema, as there was always a good picture on somewhere. Movies were an affordable luxury, and I got a regular taste every week when we went to one of the old cinema houses in Belfast. I loved the way the man who played the pipe organ would suddenly appear from the floor on a rising platform to entertain patrons before the feature film began. Places like the Ritz in Belfast had class with a capital C. Queues would line up on the pavement for hours to get a seat. Movie theatres were, once again, an affordable luxury in the 1960s, and, well, apart from my father paying for my tickets, there were other means of getting in, like knowing the theatre ushers who would leave the side door open, so you could sneak in before the film began. Some of the old beautiful names given to the theatre houses added glitter and a sense of romance to the old buildings. Apart from the Ritz, there were other Belfast palaces like the Coliseum, the Duncairn, the Grand Opera House, the Broadway, the Majestic, the Astoria, the Park, the Lido, the Imperial, the Odeon, formerly known as the Hippodrome and then became the New Vic in 1974. There was the Capitol, and in my village there was the Forum Picture House. The Forum was opened in 1937 and closed on the advent of the Troubles that erupted all over Belfast City in 1967. Every week at my school on Butler Street, there was a free Forum ticket up for grabs for the Student of the Week. I did my best to win that by collecting the dinner tickets and running messages for the teachers. Being well behaved was also a good thing to do. And it was well worth the effort when you got a Forum ticket as a reward. My grandfather told me that during the war you could have gained entry for the price of an empty jam jar. The Forum could seat 1,250 people and had a front and back entrance as well as a few side doors. And on Saturdays there was the child's matinee, and all the local kids queued up at the back steps entrance to get inside. As a child, this technicoloured lifestyle was a great escape for me, as often you would feel trapped within the drab, black and white landscapes of factories, shops and construction sites. In the world where I lived, it was so easy to get pushed aside into this social closet that fitted you up with a black shroud that hung over the city. The constant smoke that poured out from chimneys, factories and linen mills offered no colour to the lifestyles people had to get by with. So it's no wonder that the picture houses became as popular as they did. And as I grew up, times were changing fast. The Troubles arrived in Belfast in 1967, and slowly most of the old picture palaces began to close their doors. The Forum and the Savoy first closed in 1967, and then, like Skittles, one by one, all the other palaces started shutting down their doors, and sadly any chance of an escape from the dark shroud around the city was finished. The Ambassador closed 4th of March 1972. The Astoria on the 17th of August 1974, the Capitol closed 11th of January 1975, The Broadway, 31st of January 1974. Duncairn closed its doors 22nd of November 1969. The Grand Opera House closed its doors 7th of April 1972. The Classic closed 1st of January 72. The Lido 1970. The Majestic closed 4th of October 1975. The Park closed 27th of May 72. Belfast Picturedrome closed its doors 1970. The Regal closed 7th of January 1967. The Tivoli closed 7th of June 1975. The Stadium closed the 13th of March 1976. And 1981 saw the Ritz close its doors, and my technicoloured existence had suddenly disappeared. I thought, will I ever come back? Is there any chance the magic will return? In the 70s, I left for Australia with my sisters and my parents. I still remember the first time going into Sydney to the movies to watch Earthquake. What a great thrill to have and feel this new experience called Sensurround sound. You could actually feel the tremors as you sat in your seat. As a regular moviegoer, I discovered an escape into this technicoloured world again, where there was no fear of a bomb going off in the middle of the pictures. And back in the 70s, people could smoke in the picture houses in Australia. So when I turned 16, I got my driver's license and soon experienced something that took me out of my technicoloured closet and into a very personal, coloured car park. Drive-in movies had its grip on me. I was hooked on drive-in movies. Every week I went to watch whatever was worth watching around one of the Sydney drive-in movie sites, from Casula to Chullora or Bass Hill to Dundas. As the years went by, people found a new experience in the comfort of their own home when the arrival of video players brought in their technicoloured dream closer than ever before. And it wasn't long before drive-in movie theatres also started to close down. Here we are now in the 21st century, and crowds are coming back to the picture houses again with new digital productions and huge improvements with sight and sound quality, like three-dimensional effects, which are now hitting the big screens. And people again are finding an escape from their drab black and white landscapes. We all need an escape hatch at times, and going to watch a good movie is still an affordable luxury, and one that churns out billions in the movie-making industry. We all need good scripts, talented actors, and comfortable seats. And most importantly, the colour of life that keeps us thinking we have a chance to continue the technicolor dream. The end.